Hi everybody, my name is Heather and I want to welcome you to Paper Castle tutorial. Today we're going to be making the Pinwheel keepsake gift box that was inspired by the explosion box. So I'll just change my camera down here to show you what it is and we'll get started on the tutorial. There we go. Now this is the Pinwheel keepsake gift box. I call it a keepsake slash gift box because it can be both. Again, it's a gift box that can serve as a home decor item or keepsake article for anyone. It was inspired by the explosion box, but I wanted something with a little bit of a twist, a little bit different. And so this is what I came up with. So the lid comes off and each one of these panels opens up. There's a sentiment in there and stamped and of layered nestabilities in on top. You're limited only by your imagination. So, and I've had quite a few requests for tutorials on this, and so I decided I'll put one together for you. So let's get started. We'll set this off to the side. The first thing we're going to do is make this center box, this gray box here. For the tutorial today, we're going to be using pink. What you need is one piece of 12 by 12 cardstock. Pull out your scoreboard and your scoring tool, and we're going to score at 4 inches and 8 inches. So let's go ahead, score 4 inches, and again at 8 inches. You're going to turn it 1/4 turn and score again at 4 inches and 8 inches. Let's put the scoreboard aside. So your paper should look like this now. What we're going to do is cut, if I can get this to show up nicely, there we go. We're going to cut here from the intersecting score mark out to the outer edge. We're going to repeat it here, and we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So that's 4 cuts. Okay, so here's what we have now, right? Next, what we're going to do is fold along all of the score lines in every direction. Use my bone folder here so I get nice crisp lines. And there, and one here. So you can see where this is going already. This is going to get all folded up here nice and neat to make the box, right? To make sure that we end up with a nice clean edge, I'm going to trim these flaps that are folding in so that the only edge we see after it's assembled is this one here, the center one. Okay, so this is, we're going to trim at an angle right here. Now when we fold our pieces in here, you can have a nice clean edge, right? So apply your adhesives. I like to use glue, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And there's your center portion of the box. Next, we need to make these pinwheel flaps, okay? And this will be a different color of cardstock. These are the pinwheel pieces, and you need 4 of them, and they all each measure 4 inches by 6 inches. So once you have those cut, put the 6-inch edge along the top of your scoreboard and score at 3/4 of an inch. And then move your tool in 1/4 of an inch and just make a little marker notch on each end. Like that. You don't want to score all the way through. These are just markers. They're guides that we'll use later on to help us make sure we get the pinwheels attached properly onto the box base itself, and that we end up with a nice uniform look. Okay, so once we've done this scoring here, turn it 180 degrees so that the side you scored is to the right side now. And start at 1 inch, score all the way down. Repeat at 3/4 of an inch, 1/2 inch, and 1/4 inch. So what you have now is 4 score lines, each 1/4 inch apart. This is how your piece should look by the time you're done. Okay, we're gonna then get our folding tool back out. We're going to score this or fold this, or oops, wrong. I'm getting ahead of myself here. Next thing we want to do is to get this diagonal pattern. What we're going to do is put it on the scoreboard, wait for this to focus, and we're going to score between this 3/4 inch score mark and this 1 inch on a diagonal. And if you see on my scoreboard at the 6-inch mark, I have at the 6-inch track I have colored it in red so that I know that I'm lining both corners up on the same track. So what we're going to do, line up one corner and the next one. So I got the top score line is at the red 6-inch mark, and so is the bottom one. And I'm just going to score right in between those two right there. I'm going to leave it in place, and I want to score 1/4 inch to the right of that. Then I'm going to come over 1 inch, or if it's easier, just move the second score mark you made into the red track, come up 1 inch, and repeat again. 1/4 inch here, and then just keep doing this so they're each an inch apart, each group of 2 score marks. Okay, now that that's done, so we have it all scored out nicely. Next thing we're going to do is fold on all of the score lines that we did earlier. So at the 3/4 inch score mark, score there. And then for fold, and for each of these 1/4 inch scores, you can see I kind of went over here. It's only because I couldn't see. But we're going to fold on all of these next. And we're going to fold them towards the inside. So if this is the side that's going to be showing when you're finished your project, we want to fold these towards the back side. Okay? So I'm going to fold all these one at a time. So we have all 4 of these folded up now. What we're going to do next is on this last 1/4 inch edge, we're going to place the adhesive there. And what we want to end up with in the end is something that looks like this. Oops, if I get that lined up with the camera here. So it's a tube. So apply the adhesive right here, and then fold it in half like that, right? And if you press it, and it's okay to press it all down nice and flat, because after it's stuck, then we'll pop it back up. So I'll show you how it's done. Here's my glue. I'm just going to fold it in half so that it's facing downwards. And what you have here is a 1/2 inch, and you can see that there's a score and fold in between. Just hold this while it sets. So it looks pretty flat right now, but you can see, right? Got some glue on there. There we go. Then what we're going to do is just pop this back up and make it be square, rectangular. You see that? And it will hold its shape like that. Just got to persuade it a little bit. There we go. See? Do that with all 4 pieces. So I had 3 pre-made. I'm going to add my embellishments onto this piece. Okay, so then we're going to set this aside here, and we're going to move on to this portion right here. For these layers, what you're going to want, what you need, the pink here is 3, well, because your box is going to end up being 4 by 4, so you want your layers to all fit inside that parameter. So the pink layer in the back is 3 7/8 by 3 7/8. The next center layer is 3 3/4 by 3 3/4, and then the fourth one is, or the top pink one is 3 5/8 by 3 5/8. And then just stamp whatever image you want, and then fasten them all together. I've